Well, with Bitcoin breaking back above that 75K, we had MSTY moving up today, along with a few others of our high yield ETFs. I just wanted to do a quick little review of those just to give you an update. Hello, my friends, this is Legend. So, as I stated, Bitcoin had moved up today, and we can take a look at that. And here we are. We're seeing a green candle for the day as it did move up from the opening of 74.6, and we're sitting at 75.9 currently. So we did end up breaking above that 75, which that is what we were wanting to see. We want to see it stay above that 75 and hopefully start getting back above this previous resistance line right here, as we want to see it to get above that previous support line, which is now our resistance line. And that's roughly right there at that 77.7K. You can see we did break it on the 17th of April, but then came back down. But it looks like we might be starting to move back up. Hopefully we can get back up, test it, and I hope to be able to break through that, as that is going to help push MSTY up. But before we take a look at MSTY, you can take a look at Mr. Check it out. We had our line right here that we drew in the other day, and that was roughly about that 149 area. And we were hoping to be able to use this as that support line. And it looks like today we were able to stay above it and actually move on up. We closed today at 170.81. Our next resistance line for Mr. would be this 179, 180 area right here. As you can see right over here, that was a resistance line. So we need to get past it so that we can move on up. And like I said, when Mr.'s moving up, then we have MSTY moving up. And isn't that a nice move on MSTY? There is that resistance line that we drew in yesterday, and we drew at the top of these candles right here, right? Because it did come up, test it here, and came up and tested it here. And like I said, we did break past it on Friday and closed above it. But the test is, can we stay above it? And it looks like for today, it did try to fake a lot of people out. It looks like it did come down, but then started moving back up and ended up closing at that 26.46. And that's a 2% move on the day. Love to see it, and I'm happy to see it starting to move again. We just need it to stay above this purple line and hopefully start moving back up. And I'd like to get it back up into the 30s. That would be awesome. But to do that, we would need Mr. here to continue moving up and hopefully break past this 180 area right here that we are showing as a resistance. And then hopefully we can get this thing moving on back up. But we do need help from Bitcoin. Another high yield ETF that is dependent upon Bitcoin, in my opinion, is both YieldMax and CONY. So if we take a look at YieldMax right here, you can see we are moving up on YieldMax as well. We did have a little bit of a green day, and I'll take it, right? We ended up closing at $33.90. That's almost a 1% move up for the day. And on CONY, we've been moving up for the last week or so and had another nice green candle for the day. And CONY ended up moving up 2%. Love to see it, right? Now, these are actual candles, right? These are actual movements of that price. This is not the adjusted view of those candles. This is the actual price movement of those candles. So I love to see CONY moving on up, as I do need that one to continue moving up to hopefully get back up to a point where I can show my position of CONY green. And we'll take a look at my chart here in just a second. But a few of the other ones, we've got NVDY. Check it out. It has been on a nice little run, right? This one here has been moving up. And like I said, these are price movements of those candles. So even though those distributions are still paying out, we're still moving up. That's a great sign for NVDY. And here we got SMCY, and it too has been moving up a little bit. Not as much as the others, but as long as it's going up or sideways, I'm good. And the last one we'll take a look at here is AMDY, as we've had a nice run on AMDY. Had a little bit of a pullback today, did come back down slightly, but that's okay. After this run, you kind of expect a little bit of a cool down, but I'm hoping that that cool down is all that is, right? It's just a cool down before taking back off. At least that's my hope. Now here we are on my high yield stock tracker sheet. I just wanted to pull this up because it's just really easy to show you where I'm currently at and just how those movements have affected my portfolio. Now yesterday or over the weekend, after entering those distributions, my total was at 18.5. So after today, I'm up a little over 19 now. And you can look at CONY right here. Check this out. This is only down 16%. What? Right? I mean, this one here had got to the point where I think it was down almost 30% at one time. And this one here I have been struggling with. In hindsight, being 2020, had I bought it when it was down that low, it's very possible that I now could be actually green on CONY. But I did not make those purchases because Bitcoin itself has just been sitting still and not moving much. So I did not feel like buying it was the right time at that time. You can see ULTY, I'm only down 0.02%. ULTY price is at 32.26. My real price per share is 32.27. I'm only 1 cent away. SMCY only down 6%. And the last one I'm down is YWMY, and it's only down 15%. And you know what the funny thing is? That CONY was the one I was down the most, and it still is. But look, YWMY, I'm down 15%. But CONY, I'm only down 16%. So it is still more, but CONY has been moving up. So that percentage down has been dropping because CONY has been moving up quite nice. Now, I'm not suggesting that anybody invest into any of these high yield ETFs because they are very high risk, and I am still working to get these paid off, but I've been sticking with my method, and so far I'm doing okay. But if you want a way to be able to track your high yield ETFs, come on over, join my Discord, where you can get a copy of this sheet, where you can track your own high yield ETFs, find out where you currently sit, because without this sheet, personally, I would not fully know how far down I am on each play, because this sheet will also account for those distributions that I am capturing. And that just helps to offset my average price per share. And that's what this real price per share is, right? It's taking into account those distributions and offsetting it to help me to understand where I really sit in each one of my positions. So if the market keeps moving the way it is, I might have some of these red ones starting to turn green. But if you'd like to join my Discord, come on over. The link is down in the pinned comments and in the description below. So I think I'm going to wrap it up right there. If you don't mind, hit that subscribe button and smash the like button, as it would be much appreciated. And as always, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before you get into any stock plays. And until next time, Legend out.